Did you want me to click through it?
We are live. I will re-upload this to my second channel. So today we got a guest that is kind of back because we once did a stream in the past together. We did not do any replay commentary yet, so this is the first one. So you can now present yourself.
G'day everyone, I'm WARDIEJ. My channel is WARDIEJPlays. I do some Advanced Wars content on there, Advanced Wars by Web, and also variety streaming, random sort of games during the week. Yeah, this is my second time, I guess, recording and live, I should say, with multi-topic talk slash Master Come By here. So yeah, keen to be on the channel again.
So just like all the other guests I had for replay commentary, we will take a small look to your player card. I do like your MMR, and I think it represents well your skill level. This is well earned, I will say that. Now, why this top 5 most played COs? Why Lash first?
I just find Lash a whole lot of fun. I just really enjoy her in that, what is she, tier 3 position. Yeah, not much more than that. I just find her to be fun.
That's a good reason, I guess. That's actually a really good reason. And this is funny because she is kind of rare because people are bad with her, so they don't tend to gravitate toward her, and they're like, Drake easy, Drake push button, Kindle easy, Kindle push button, you know? So
well, don't worry, I'm bad with it too, but I still play her because she's fun.
Number 2, Olaf. Why Olaf?
Now, it's definitely not the same reason as Lash. It's sort of the exact opposite reason. He is easy to play, so there's a good little mix.
Well, that's a good reason. That's
yeah.
He's quite
in
popular.
tier 2, I find Eagle probably the most fun. But as you can see here, I don't play him a whole lot in Global League.
Yeah.
I don't really find, I don't know, maps that I feel like he is excelling at. Whereas if you look at a map and nothing really stands out to you, Olaf is typically the safe pick. in my experience. So yeah, that's the Olaf one there for you. So yeah, very different reasonings. In fact, exact opposite reasonings between my tier 3 and tier 2 picks.
You're right, and that's funny because Olaf is quite popular, and I think him being in your top 5 is also another sign why you're in the 900 realm, because I do think in higher level he's not in top 5. I don't know that many high level player like MMR 1200 that are actually playing Drake and Olaf. They do sometime, but I mean, they most likely play less broken CO. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a good CO to pick when you're not used to the game, and it's fine. We all need that kind of CO, you know? And I'm also guilty of that because one of my account has Olaf as most used CO because I pick him in tier 2. So I'm also, like, guilty of that, you know? But overall, I think I use the other CO much more, and that's my thing. So, next one, Jake. Why Jake in 3rd place?
I just find him to be the top tier 4 pick. I don't know. Again, just really enjoy playing him. I really like his powers, getting the extra range on the indirect units. Very helpful. His superpower, getting the extra movement and attack bonuses. And then, you know, every map has planes. There's plenty of planes on every map.
Yeah.
It's rare to find an instance where he isn't good on a map, I find.
He is a safe pick. He is a safe pick.
Yeah. I think if you look here, he's my only... I've picked Jess once, don't know why, but I think he's the only tier 4 that I pick, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Next one. Andy in 4th place. Why?
Safe tier 3 pick.
That's a good reason.
I'll just leave it at that. He's just, yeah, he's the safe pick for tier 3. He's my Olaf of tier 3, if you will.
That's a really good reason. I'm on board with that. Next one, Kindle.
Kindle, very powerful CO, I find. Her power is very good at these lower MMR levels. I know as you get higher, it's a lot easier for them to play around her powers. But I find in sort of the level I'm at the moment, she's incredibly powerful to use, and her attack bonuses are insane. And again, like, well, not in the same realm as Jake and the Plains, but I mean,
every map has buildings.
Every map has buildings. I mean, every map has every type of terrain, doesn't it? So that doesn't really work. That's why I sort of stopped myself short. But you can typically find yourself getting good engagements from buildings, I find. But yeah, and like I said, her power does really well in these lower MMR levels, I find.
Yeah, and I think like we need to mention this. A lot of higher rated player say she's tier 2 material, and I agree with them. I have one of my Smurf account that is basically black hole only, and there's no tier 2 seal black hole. So usually I pick either Lash or Kindle when it's tier 2. And I can tell, Kindle, sometimes she can beat Eagle, depending how long the game is. The longer the game is, the stronger Eagle becomes and the worse Kindle is. But early in the stage in the game, if you can really stomp Eagle, she clearly wins. Because she has a better day-to-day, since she has no weakness, and like ground and air unit are both really strong on building, like really strong, and on top of that you also got Urban Blight, and if you use it well, the guy will have his money drained. So early in the stage you have economy advantage, you may have firepower as well, because capture game matter with infantries and mechs. So Kindle is a really strong CO. Where she struggled the most, I think, is against global damage. Global damage is just better than Urban Blight, so if she ends up against Olaf, she may struggle, but here again, she has a day-to-day and Olaf doesn't. So this means in some cases, Kindle still matter and she can still win against some Olaf player. I lost to a really strong Kindle player a few weeks ago. So Kindle, a very strong seal, very popular, and a lot of people say she should be tier 2, and I'm one of them.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with everything you said there. And one map in particular, you might have seen on my channel where I versed Cunt by, the Assassin's map. Just like takes it to a whole new level where you start with that tank on the building.
And more than that, I destroyed a Olaf player in a very long game. Like, that game lasted for like almost 40 days, and I destroyed him like really hard. And yet, I don't know how many Winter Fury I sustained, but at some point I thought about resign, because I was like, my economy is crashed, like my unit count is shit. But at the end I still ended up winning because it's Kindle, you know? Kindle is just really good.
Yeah. She's similar to global damage, where it's just, you got your power, push the button.
Yeah, not always. Well, the smarter Kindle players, sometimes they will hold it, or they will hold until they get 2 in a row, so they are sure one of the 2 will hit something. And these
exactly.
are much more scary. The one that hold their Urban Blight are much more scary than the ones that just, oh, I got it, I use it.
Yeah, exactly. Because when they're like that, you can anticipate it coming and build all infantry or whatever, so they take the brunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're a good player, like you said, you can bait them so they do that play, and then you use the Urban Blight the next turn once they've built the strong units after saving up. Yeah.
So, we said a lot of things. Right now, I will just plug my computer because I like to save his autonomy, you know? Because if it's always plugged, the battery becomes dependent of the plug.
Okay.
That won't take long.
Yep.
So I'm back. Do you hear me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay. So I will give you remote control. We will go
God,
at your
okay.
pacing. Well, actually, we will start off by speaking about the map. We didn't speak about the map yet. What do you think about that map? What do you think of this map?
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know. 3 base map. You got your very typical strong side, 2 bases, weaker side, base and airport. Oop. Yeah. Oh god, what else about it? I mean, there's roads all the way through, so your vehicles can get places a lot more efficiently than typical.
Yeah.
What else? Not a whole lot of mountains through the center there, so I would say recon's quite good on this map. Again, with the roads and your vision. Couple of good locations for artillery too.
Yeah.
Like if you can get it in that center forest right in the middle here,
Yeah.
you're essentially covering both. Well, yeah, you can cover whatever city on the other side you can. You know, same with these ones. They're quite good. Yeah, I don't know. That's sort of my.
That's
take
one
on
of
it.
my
Do you have any-
favorite maps. I like this map a lot. It's very interesting because there's really 2 buildings that are really contested, and
Yep.
these are these 2. Like these ones depends on who you fight, but at some point this player get this one and the other player get this one. But here are the really contested one, and a very common mistake people do is this player will go for this building or this player will go for this building and they won't hold it. Like sometimes they can depending on the matchup and depending on the skill level, but usually that player will not keep that building and this one will not keep that building.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, that's one thing I've got to work on. Which
yeah.
properties are contested and which aren't. I can have some trouble identifying that.
So a good
but
way
just
to
getting
do
to a
it
map.
is how many games you played in it. The more you play a map, the more you know about the contested ones. Now, this one is contested because either player can get it. Like, the weaker side is closer to this building than the stronger side. And the same goes here. So because it's the weaker side, people won't tend to send something there because they will be trying to get everything nearby. And some players do get it faster and they will be able to hold it because the strong side is further than the weaker side. And this is why I like this map so much, because depending on the player you fight, every game will be different. And this is the most interesting thing about it. Because I played many games where I had that building when I was player here, and my opponent had this one when we was there. And these games are weird, because we never end up like capping the other building, because we always hold on to the other player building, you know?
Yeah,
So,
wow, okay. I haven't really played this one before our game
oh,
when we
interesting.
played this, so yeah, I had no idea what I was doing, as you will probably see through the replay.
Okay, now we spoke about the map. I will also say something else. These are not contested because they are much closer to this. Like, him trying to get this, there's a mountain there are forests there. It takes forever to reach that. That's why these 2 buildings are not contested. And this building is not really contested because if you go there, most of the time you overextend if you're player on top. And if you overextend, sometime you fail and lose. That's just the way it is.
Very true.
But sometimes you do win, depending on the seal. Like some seals like Andy, per se can overextend because it can heal his units. Or stronger unit like Sturm and Bumble, they don't care about overextension, you just cannot kill their unit.
Yeah, that's right. Very true, very true.
So, with that being said, let's speak about the COs and the matchup. Now, why did you pick Hawke?
Hawke, that is my safe tier 1 pick.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
So,
if I'm not sure, like, this is a map that I hadn't played before. If I'm not sure of a, exact strategy that works to another CO in tier 1, I'll typically just go Hawke.
that's a good reason. Now, I picked Sasha because I want to main her. She's my favorite CO in the game. I do like to play her a lot because in tier 1 she's the one that requires the most skills, and if you don't play her well, you just cannot win. Well, Grid is even they fight for that spot up there of how skilled you need to be to play them. Grit is much harder actually, especially in Fog. In Standard that's another story, but in Fog, Grit is actually harder than Sasha. So Sasha and Grit are like the top dogs. If you got someone that played them well, they are a good player in general, because Sasha thing is, she is fair Colin. She is what if Colin was balanced, because the more buildings she has, the more money she has. Everyone is like that, but she had that small income lead. So what's going on if she lose that small income lead? She no more has a day-to-day. She's not as good as Hawke because she doesn't have Hawke firepower. She doesn't have the defense of Bumble, Javier. She doesn't have the movement of Sturm. She doesn't have the range of Grit. So Sasha Wolting is her. She need more money than her opponent, and she need to maintain that. And if she can maintain that, it will be really hard for the opponent to really do something, because she can stall. And at some point, she will just overwhelm him, because she will get take up unit, or she will get unit count, and the other player won't be able to take up or to do anything about it, you know?
Yeah, seems like she's nearly built for stalling with her, just by the nature of her standard CO power.
Yeah.
Delaying your opponents so they can't have those big swingy turns. So that's interesting.
And this is funny because right now we speak about Sasha, and I am currently playing with one of my Smurf account. It's basically Orange Star only, so I am against Sasha with Sammy. And I was like, I will never see Victory March, forget it. So what happened early in the game, I was like, okay, Sasha whole gimmick is she has more money than you. So because of that, I was like, okay, I will build transport. So very early in the game, yes, she will have that small lead, but at some point my capture game will just slap his capture game. And this is exactly what happened right now. I have almost twice her income, so she basically lost, but she doesn't know it because she's not high elo enough. And she doesn't realize I have like 31k income in Stalingrad, and like she's Sasha, so this means she probably has like 20-ish, 22 because that's Sasha. Let's say she has 22. I have 31, so I just roll on him. I pump out Niatang, Tank, Recon, Battlecopter, everything I want.
Wow.
And that's
they haven't rolled over yet.
Yeah. Because I have lower firepower, and because I have no Victory March. And Sasha is still very strong. I mean, her power is cheap. So even if she doesn't have her day-to-day, she's still somewhat decent, because she has no weakness. outside of money. So
yeah, true.
I think we covered enough here. You are in charge of the pacing,
Okay.
and if I need to stop you, I will tell you to stop, just to stop and speak about something, you know? So let's
Yeah,
move on.
perfect. Sounds good. Let's do it. Kicking it off with some infantry builds. Classic.
That's so original. I've never seen that opening before.
I know, right? Building 2 infantry? What the heck? Going straight for the neutral base? Unheard of. So, yeah, we're just moving along. So you went back to do this capture chain.
Yeah.
I went forward to try and get
So
some of these.
I will say,
more
first of
contested
all,
ones.
this is kind of interesting what you do, but this is bad. First of all, I'm Sasha.
I agree.
So I will already roll you like rail yard early in the game with my small advantage, but it will be worse because you will skip one of your building for more further buildings. Always give priority to the chains like the one you have instead of the further buildings. It's just not really an option, especially against Sasha, because the slower your capture game is, the worse it will become for you, because she has that extra
definitely.
money.
Yeah. Looking at this, I recognized straight away that was a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. Couldn't tell you what I was thinking. But anyway. So, yeah, moving forward, capturing that. Classic. Alright. At least I moved back then. Infantry. Okay, you're moving down to try and get the early airport.
Yep. So here at that point, I had two choices. Either I go the aggressive Sasha and I build Recon 2 infantry, or I play economy Sasha. And I really took my time to think about it. I was like, I know he's good and he's Hawk, so he will have higher firepower than me. So I need to go economy. Because if I went Recon and you went Recon, because you're Hawk, your Recon would get more value or more intel because it will be harder to kill. And that's the thing. That's why I went economy. I was like, okay, you will probably end up with like a Recon turn 3 or something, maybe a Recon turn 4. I don't know how you play in this map or in general, because I've only seen you a few times, like the match you covered on your channel and the match we played, so I'm like, I'm not quite sure at that point what kind of Hawk you are. So I did expect early Recons, and I will have a video about openings eventually soon on some maps.
Nice.
And I will cover as many opening as I know as I can in some maps. And Recon opening is very popular. I don't like it, but it's popular and it's not bad. It's just popular anyway. That's just the teaser, you know?
Yeah, sweet. No, I'm keen. Got me excited already. Alright, so moving across, gonna get a easy chain here. Sending the other one across the water. Instead of going for the airport, going out here.
Here again, that's bad because airport equal unit count, and you may have the option to have a transport copter. And transport copter, they are not that amazing in this map, but sometimes they can be helpful, like in some playstyle, like the mech playstyle. With Hawk, it's not impressive the mech playstyle, but you're against Sasha, and you should expect like early tanks and early recons fast. So a mech is a fast response to that kind of things.
Yeah, okay, yep. And then I went just trip infantry. Might have been saving up to get a tank chain going. I'm not sure.
If you go for the tank opening, I agree with you. Tank opening forever.
Yeah, hell yeah. Alright, jumping the APC, getting the airport nice and early.
So I only moved one tile away. This way my my next infantry will be boosted.
Yeah, cool. Yep, yep. That makes sense. Sweet. So my go. Get through this pretty standard. Where am I sending this guy? Yeah, see, I. Yeah, got a bit. Yeah.
You
Didn't
forgot
play this
about that
map.
airport.
Yeah, and I built an
Okay.
artillery. Anyway, we're gonna see some weird plays.
The artillery opening is not that great. Here's the why.
Mm.
You don't have vision, and you need tanks.
Yeah, and I don't really have much of an infantry wall to put it behind at the
Yeah,
moment anyway. They're
like-
committed to capturing.
If I got a recon opening, that artillery would be disabled fast. You're
Yeah.
kind of lucky I decided to go APC route.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, your capture game's definitely a lot more efficient than mine. Yeah, getting the comm tower.
So now I
yep.
went for double recon and 1 infantry. Usually I don't do that kind of stuff because I already said it. I don't like to open with recon. This time around I did. And here's the reason. I don't know how you play. I don't know what to expect. So I'm like, recon equal intel. So I will just gather intel and know what comes next. And Raycon also support APC well because you will see the threat coming before they are there. And you will be able to maneuver around your APC, hide it, or do something with it. So I think Raycon are kind of good to assist APC in that map at least, because that map is kind of open and there's a lot of buildings and forests where you can like hide or protect your APC.
Definitely, definitely. I agree with that. I like the double recon play here. This map, I think, is well suited to recons. So,
like in this map, I do think 2 recon is the number you should get. But usually, I get my recon mid-game to late game, because early in the game, you want to set up your strategy, your game plan, your army. You want to set up like your weapons. And recon are not really a weapon. Yes, they can harass infantry in the early stage in the game, but they are there for intel gathering. And only 700 and 800 players will like throw their recon to kill infantry.
yeah. No, that's true. Finally going for the airport up here. There's my tank. Going for a bit of an aggressive capture here. Yeah, you're just sending you guys up. Pretty standard. Sending your APC back.
So I went tank on my weak side because I'm the kind of player that like to do weird stuff, and I like to throw all of my weapons on my weak side so my opponent doesn't expect it. And sometimes it works, other it won't work well because your weaker side will always lose to the opponent stronger side if the opponent is strong and he realizes what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. If the battles can be primarily happening in this zone, typically I should win that.
Exactly.
By virtue of more unit numbers. So,
but one benefit in this map on the weak side is the airport. And that's another reason why I like this map. I like it when map do that, the weaker side with the airport, because that gives you more option to play around, and I like it.
Yep. And one thing I do remember about this game, with it being so long ago, is you use that airport quite well.
Yeah.
Your advantage. So you're getting a bit of a tank chain going here.
Yeah. I think this turn I start doing what I think I'm doing. I'm not quite sure. We will see. But I will explain if this is this turn.
Yep.
We will see what I build. Yeah, okay.
Hey,
So
there it is.
I will explain this. There are two kind of sasha, and I said it many times, and I like to repeat myself because I know not everyone see every video, so I just repeat myself. There are two types of sasha. The first type is unit count crazy. Unit count crazy is my favorite, and this is why I like sasha. So unit count crazy is basically spam copters, tank, and sometimes anti-air, so you don't use your copter on other player copter. And the reason is, well, you have more money than your opponent, so you can have copter assisted by other units faster and easier with Sasha, because she got extra money. Now,
yeah, true. So you're
so
sorry. So you've either got like the bulk units Sasha or the like maybe early tech up Sasha. Is that what you'd say? Like the stronger, beefier units.
The other strat with Sasha, you read my mind. The other strat with Sasha is taking up really hard and fast. Now the weakness of this is if your opponent is indirect driven or Air Force driven, that strat may collapse because a lot of indirects and Air Force can shut down near tanks and medium tanks. So the Sasha that drive her economy to like take up fast need to also have intel, and she need to catch her opponent off guard so he doesn't expect that kind of stuff, and she doesn't want surprise. She doesn't want like to hit an infantry wall with an artillery in the back or a rocket in the back, because if it's the case, well, she lost. She has no firepower to compete with that. She cannot break walls, you know. That's not Sasha. So you can like play the Nia tank way, and sometimes it will work. If your opponent doesn't expect a Nia tank day 10, well, all the tanks will feel sorry and try to run away and hide somewhere.
Yeah, true. Alright, we keep going through, capturing some stuff, getting some good vision here. Sit your recon in forest there.
So now I did something else with my recon. I said earlier, recon like to harass. I'm Sasha, I don't want to harass, I want to deny building. And this is what I did by going there. I went there to gather intel and to slow down your capture game in case you're at the same place as me when like, what if I didn't add that AP setting? I would have started capping here. I capped that building one turn earlier because of the APC. That makes sense. So that recon here is to delay your economy. Because right now, I know I got the economy lead. Except if you got better capture game than me, but that's kind of hard because my capture game so far was the best it could be. So
yeah,
it's normal I will be ahead of you, and I want to maintain that. As long as Sasha can maintain that lead over our opponent cannot do much, even if he has Ox, firepower, vulnerable defense, you know? It will be really hard for a player that is bad in terms of economy to just hold on and do stuff. Now, the other reason is defense stars. At that point, I don't expect you to have the mean to kill that recon, except if you try really hard and use like tank and infantry, which may be the case. I forgot how this went out, but this could be a way. But even there, like, I'm sitting on a building, so even if you're Hawk, I will likely survive like maybe 1 HP. Depends of your role. I think it depends on your role and your tower as well.
Yeah, I don't think I can get it. I don't think I can get the tank and infantry to attack that.
Yeah,
No,
that's
can't.
the other thing. I did not consider that, but that's the other thing. So I made a recon because I expected that other recon on the building to maybe die if I'm unlucky. And I think I overlapped myself as well.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I was just
I
checking,
overlapped
man.
myself.
Did you-
So That's the other reason why that Raycon went there. It was also some kind of bait in case you had a tank. I would be like, okay, I may strike from a building on you.
Yeah, yep. That makes sense. Keep sending you dudes up. Alright, sweet. Keep capturing. Definitely. Probably overextending there. I've got no backup for this penguin.
Yeah, poor
RIP.
penguin, man.
Yeah. RIP penguin boy. Just doing my capture because I'm probably trying to think about what to do here.
Okay, so
yeah, okay. I get into a defensive position.
I think you were here with your artillery. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think going to that forest could have been a much better move. And here's the why. You're toward the center, and you have more choice on where to go. Now, by going there, that artillery will stick around here, and it won't really go there. And even if it does, if I'm around and I see you moving around, I will be like, okay, he wasted a turn doing that, and I know where he is now.
Yeah. My thought process was probably, if I move that penguin... Oh, it glitched. I moved the penguin up. Wait, what? Oh,
you got trapped.
I didn't see that originally.
You got trapped.
Okay.
You tried to cap. You got trapped.
Yep. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, weird glitch. Yeah, I definitely should have moved to the center here because exactly like you said, you've got more maneuverability from the center.
Yeah.
For some reason, I didn't know that moved, and I was like, maybe I moved over here to protect this penguin if he comes over to capture that. But yeah, no, that was definitely not the most optimal play.
So I will say this right now.
Rip penguin.
Usually, I don't harass infantry with Recon. That's not why I buy Recon. I buy Recon for intel. Now, I did this because, first of all, you're Hawk, and second, I am Sasha. Now, what I mean by there is you need infantry for your economy to flow. If I target your infantry, you will likely lose some of your economy or chance on having a better economy. And the other intel, my Recon sees nothing around outside of the tank. And I know I have a battle copter incoming, so I'm not scared of that tank. I don't care about that tank. So I'm like, I can kill that infantry for almost free. And if he tries to attack me, well, my battle copter will just counterattack. Plus, my tank will sit on a building, which
exactly, and I have to attack from a road.
Yeah, which is really bad for you if you do so.
Definitely. And your... what was I going to say there? Like, my units are essentially stuck in this zone.
Yeah.
And giving you free reign elsewhere. Because you saw there's an artillery.
Yeah.
And you would be assuming it's protecting that tank. So you just have to treat that like lava, stay away from it, and you can just have free reign elsewhere. Well, I'm stuck in this spot here. So, yeah, you move that up. Yeah, you got coverage in case I wanted to attack.
So here I did harass that infantry. Usually, I tell people do not do that, it's a bad idea. Now, I will repeat what I mentioned earlier. I am Sasha, your Hawk. I want to delay your economy, and I will do everything I can to do so. So I will use my Recon to deny you building if I can. And I know I can kill that infantry because I got the other infantry in range. And I will also be able to kill your other infantry near my building. So right now I hurt your unit count and your economy because you have less infantry to deal with my infantry.
Yep, definitely. No, I think that's a good move. Yep, RIP that penguin.
Here I attack from the forest first because we all know forests have 2 stars of defense while plain have 1. and even if I'm not defending, your counterattack will affect me less on forest because of defense.
Yep, exactly. That was the good play there. And another penguin dead. Oh, another recon. That's 4 recons now.
So usually I think 4 is too much, but here I expected to lose this one, and I also expect to lose this one. So
Yep.
4 recon is overkill. Guys and girls, if you see this, don't do that.
Very good, very good. And you're just advancing on all fronts. Capture, capture, capture. This was silly. I knew you had a recon and a bloody infantry there. You just killed my guy. Why send this up when I've got nothing? Maybe I didn't look at the replay here. I don't know. But me watching this back is making me cringe out. I don't know why.
I never watch
played
replays.
so horribly.
So that's fine if you don't. I never do. You see, this was the right call. You killed my vision, and you killed one of my unit in unit count. And you also fell in my trap.
I know. Yeah.
But you could not
Yeah,
know.
you set
There's
that
no way
trap
you
up
could know
perfectly.
because you don't have a recon.
Yeah.
And this is
Looking
why...
back on this, I feel like the biggest mistake, well, I might make worse mistakes later on, but not moving things into the center and being able to adapt and shift
Yeah.
is what's going to really screw me up here. Like, I'm so locked into this zone where, like you've said, you sprung a trap on me of battlecopters that currently I have no response to.
Yeah.
I
And
don't have any
I think...
battlecopters of my own, not that they can really affect here, and no anti-air.
I think the other issue right now, the lack of recon. Now, I said it's mid to late game. Now, you got 2 tank out and 1 artillery. Usually, you got 3 builds right now, but now you got 4 because you got a 4 tank chilling on the base. Usually, on my 4th build, I either go anti-air or recon. Now, sometime in some other cases, my 4th build will be a battlecopter, because I feel like a battlecopter substitute to anti-air, because they can take on other copters and they can assist tank. So, usually 4th build, not another tank, except maybe if you're Grim, but even Grim need vision. I really don't see many CO that don't want one of the 3 unit I mentioned as their 4th build. Don't tank spam.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what I build.
3
Another
tanks.
tank. 2 tanks.
Oh, 2
Wow.
tanks. Okay, question.
Still no anti-air.
You had the money. Why didn't you go for 3 tanks?
True. I totally could have. I don't know what I was saving for. I was obviously saving for something. That's the problem when these games are so... you play them so far out from when you do the replay commentary. I couldn't tell you what was going through my head. I'm just looking at this and going, why did I make that move? Why did I make that move? Questioning myself. Because, yeah, this is very suboptimal play, I would say. And I couldn't tell you why I didn't go 3. Because like you said, I've got the economy for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to your turn. Trap is sprung. Oh no. Goodbye, tank.
Now,
Yeah.
I will specify something in case some people didn't realize. I attack with my battlecopter first, and then my tank. The first reason is chip damage. The second reason, well, tank on tank, you're hawk, you got better tank. I don't want that. if I can kill your tank, I will be glad. But never attack, even fight if you got the weaker unit. Even if you want a better terrain, like I'm on a city, you're on the road. Even if terrain is a thing here, do not make the mistake to say, oh, I will attack with the tank because I'm on a building, and then battlecopter, you know. The only case I would change what I say is if I'm Kindle, then I will attack from the building first, because I'm Kindle. And the other case would be Lash, because that's kind of good, 30% increase. These are the only cases where I would take like even engagement with stronger unit, because I know I can deal good damage. Now I'm Sasha, your hawke, battlecopter first, then tank.
Definitely. And if you're new to the game and you don't know what beats what and what wins out in these engagements, you can always I can't see your OBS, I don't know if you can see the top of it, but you can always go to a damage calculator and check when you've got two indirects that can attack, two direct units that can attack another direct unit, and it'll show you how much they attack back with, and you can use that information to, so it shows how much attack damage you deal, and depending on how much HP you bring it down to, how much they deal back. So you can try that for a tank, and then again with the battlecopter. Where is the battlecopter? Here. And compare the differences. As you can see, the damage you take back with the battlecopter.
You need eye roll to basically deal 1 damage to the battlecopter. And because the attacker attacked first, that means the battlecopter also low rolled, so you could deal more.
So you can always check that if you're unsure, and that'll tell you which unit to go with before the other. So we'll just keep moving on through. You've got a good little offensive here.
So now, usually I never do that, never try to steal building like that, but right now I'm Sasha and I feel confident because I know I killed 3 of your infantry, and so far none of my infantry died. So I can afford to force your end to attack me so I can counterattack and kill your stuff at that point.
Yeah, definitely. No, I like that. So far I'm seeing a lot of good plays from you and not a single good play from me.
Later on you will have a few wins here and there, but yeah.
Yeah, this was a strange game for me. I don't know why it all fell apart. I don't know if I got nervous knowing that we were going to record this one or what, but yeah,
I think you were not like
one of my worst games.
You were not comfortable with the map, first of all, and second, you were not used to fight a Sasha player because I don't think you played many tier 1 games. No. Am I wrong or right here?
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right in that instance. Yeah.
So, because I say that because a lot of our game were tier 3, like 90% of our game were tier 3, and it's very different. Tier 3 and 1 are really, really different. Tier 1, the seals matter much more than tier 3. Tier 3, like, there are some matchups that are clearly good and bad. Like Sammy versus Andy, it's awful for Sammy because she has weaker firepower and Andy ill, you know. So that's the only very different matchup. Like in tier 3, there's also Sammy versus Rachel. It's kind of bad for Sammy because Rachel, one of her covering silo, hit infantries and mech. So it's really bad because her best unit are the target of Rachel super.
Yeah, true.
And the other reason why Rachel is really strong against Sammy is her repair. Now you will say, oh, it's only 1 repair. Yes, but Sammy deals less damage, so it will be even harder for her to kill off stuff with her direct unit since they just recover 3 HP 1 hit.
Yeah, that's very true. Sorry, just to take it back to the game too. One thing I've noticed as well are income disparities here.
Yeah,
You're getting an extra 5k a turn,
yeah,
and you've got, what's that? 9 more units,
yeah.
nearly, yeah, which is significant at the stage we're at the moment. Yeah, things are looking real bad for me.
So I will say many things about now you brought income, the difference between the both of us. The first reason your capture game, as you pointed out earlier, wasn't great this game, and the second reason is I denied you buildings, and the third reason I had an APC and you did not add any APC, and these all accumulate, and on top of that, I'm Sasha. So, I got extra money, I got the APC, I deny you buildings.
Yeah.
So, it's not going well right now.
No, not at all. Not at all. You're winning in all aspects.
Now, you're Hawk, you can still flip the table at that point. It's a bit too early. There were no, like, major engagements so far. It's not looking good, but nothing really important failed right now. So you still have your chance right now. It's not looking good, but it's not sealed yet.
True. Go Penguins on the attack. And now my artillery moves into the spot it should have earlier.
Yeah, you wasted like 2 turns of that artillery, so that artillery is not really paying itself back right now.
And go the anti-air. It doesn't really cover the front lines. Why? Oh, I guess I had the tank to lure. Yeah, so if you attacked, my tank would take out your recon.
Okay, I will tell you this. Don't use lure if you know you're down in the unit count, and you should know because your infantry just vanished like that.
Yeah, true.
Right now, I think at that point I already knew I had a small like unit lead over you because I knew I killed many of yours and I knew I didn't lose that many and I wasn't even watching at the ratio, you know. At that point, like when we played that game, I wasn't watching the ratio. I think it's been like 2 weeks I started watching the ratio in my games, and since then my guess on my enemy troops is much better, and my guess on whether I win or lose is much better as well. So at that point, I didn't know that, but I kind of knew I had a better unit count. So even if you lure me out, my point here is hurt your infantry, because your infantry are the only way you have to come back in the game. Right now, even if I don't see your building, I know I got more money, because I didn't do a building, I have an APC, and I'm Sasha. So at that point I'm like, all I care about right now is killing infantries. They are the only obstacle for my win right now.
Yeah. And I'm just letting you do it. Oh, man.
So here I move around my units. I make sure they are still in range of that building and in range of my recon as well. But I don't want to expose them too much. That's why the battlecopter are shy and not too far in the front line.
Yeah, that was great. Because if you had to go and hunt my units, you would have been majorly overextending. So you did the clever thing that Deegis always says, when you've got that income advantage, just pull back and hold the fort, and you'll eventually win by virtue of being able to build better units than your opponent. And more of them. There goes the tank attack. Oh, not enough. And there it goes.
This was the first really good engagement you did so far. But it's still not looking good right now.
No.
Now the true question, you took the bait. I was about to ask, but you took the bait.
Yeah, and I did. Ooh, recon. Let's send everything to attack. Yeah, I think this was the point. Your next turn after this was where I was like, oh no, I'm pretty sure I've lost this game. I built a battlecopter of my own finally. Ooh, and 2 tanks. Wow.
So now, at that time, I'm like, okay, I lost my recon. That means he has tanks there. And I was so glad you fell for it. I was so glad. You have no idea, man. I was like,
bet you were.
It's the second recon that takes some hits. Man, that's paradise.
Oh, yeah. And look at my awesome infantry wall. Impenetrable.
So here I use my tank first because I don't want
yep.
tank-on-tank engagement. As I said earlier, your tank are better than mine. So I'm like, okay, my tank will attack something that cannot counterattack. So I will keep my HP in check. And I will, if Hey, do you hear me?
Gotcha. What happened?
My computer is really trash. This is funny because I can stream Splinter Cell for like 8 hours, but I stream like 1 hour of Advanced Wars by Web with others, and boom, crash. I don't know why. My computer is just shit, man. I don't know why. That's why I save some money so I get a new one at the end of the year. I cannot wait for it, man.
Nice. Hell yeah.
He overeats, that's the thing. He overeats a lot. And that's like
oh,
the
it
biggest
overheated, did it?
Yeah.
Nah.
So
Alright.
we are coming back right now. Are we getting like some Sasha team? Yes, we do. Okay.
Am I connected?
I think you are. Do you see what I see?
No, I don't see. Oh, waiting to connect, it says. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're in. Yep.
Okay, you're in. Perfect. That's great, Fluff. Okay, so I guess we are back. I forgot what I was saying before that messed up everything.
That's alright. We can just...
Okay.
Oh, I don't have control anymore.
Oh yeah, you're right. So yeah, I was the happiest man alive when I realized I could kill your stuff right now. I was like...
Yeah, this is like the game-defining turn for you. Like I said, this is where I was like, I've lost.
And this is also when I realized I won.
Yeah. Like, this is just so devastating. All my units here, you just take the best engagements possible.
So
with each of those units.
I will go on a small tangent here. I didn't finish off these 2 tanks. Right. And here's why. Yep. I fought Kanpai one time, and I remember the wisdom he shared with people. I actually fought Kanpai many times, but I remember one of these times, I was like, I like to kill stuff, you know? Like, kill stuff. And what he told me by sharing wisdom. He's like, sometimes you just want to, like, divide the damage so you damage many units so many units are disabled. And here, this is what I did. I was like, okay, that front is now disabled if I strike these 2 tanks. Because if I kill one of the 2, the other one will survive and counterattack on one of my tank. So at that point I'm like, okay, this turn is the turn where I leave them alive, but I will damage them hard.
Exactly,
And
and like I said, they're pretty much disabled. Like they can't do anything at 4 HP or 5 HP.
yeah,
They're
and
pretty useless.
Fluff actually said something very interesting, and I agree. Only against Andy do you really want to kill stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Andy, you want to kill his units. That's very true. Yeah.
That's
Don't
the
let
only
them get
case
away
where
with
I
4
would
health.
consider like killing them off like right away. But yeah, right now I'm like, that front is now disabled, and this is your strong side. In a game
Yeah.
like that, if your strong side is collapsing, it basically means fall, plan something, do something, or you lose.
Yeah. It means you're stuffed. It means good game.
Well, not always. If you're smart at pulling your force back and making up plans, you may like use your damage unit as bait and have good strikes, but this is like really high level plays here.
Yeah. We'll see
So
if
I
do that or
use
not.
Market Crash at the end of my turn because I don't want to see Black Wave. I just don't. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. No thanks.
Oh, definitely. No, that was a smart play. And then more copters. So what have you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battle copters at the moment to my 1. And a medium tank. Don't know what's happening here. There's a glitch here that's not showing correctly.
I'm actually glad that stream survived my computer crash. I'm kind of shocked because sometimes my
Oh,
stream...
it stayed live, did it?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Another thing I want to point out here, you've done well to keep all your units together. You've got a strong push, strong army right here. Whereas I'm split. I've got 3 tanks over here that are doing nothing, and my battlecopter. You're completely coalesced your units into this death ball, which makes it so much more effective than anything I can throw at you.
Now, I will say this. I mixed up both Sasha style here by making that medium tank. At that point, I kind of know you don't have the economy for your own medium tanks, so your only way is like battlecopter and like indirect. But right now, building indirect is not really good for you because you're suffering in the unit count, and your biggest front line is disabled right now. And what this infantry is trying to do?
Yeah. What's that? Which infantry?
What infantry? What is it trying to do right now?
Mate, he's going to capture that city. What are you talking about?
He's asking to die or something. He's like, yo, chilling, I'm gonna die, man. Die
he's
for
like,
my country.
No, he's like, yo, I got this.
Wow. Man, that guy survived because I have my power active.
Yeah, yep. So am I trying to coalesce my forces here like you are? No, not really. They're still split. But I am retreating.
That's the smart thing to do. But that anti-air should have stayed back because now it's just asking for me to hit it with something.
Exactly. It's dead. It's... yeah. RIP anti-air.
You did what you could.
I mean, he killed a battlecopter, so he netted 1k, but still, not ideal. And again, we're still 5,200 you are ahead of me.
And now, if I was the take-up driven CO, I would pop up like you tank each turn with 2 infantry.
Oh, man. Yeah. But that last turn, yeah, that was definitely the turn where it was like GG. And now you're just mopping up. No, my penguin. I thought he had that for sure.
So now I shift my anti-air on the other side because I see the battlecopter. I'm like, okay, you started making these.
Yeah, so did you build it from this base and then send it across?
Yeah. I think I built it
Okay.
like 3 or 4 turns ago.
Yeah. Were you expecting me to send it directly across here? Battlecopters, obviously.
Well, the anti-air was on my dead ball because I wanted to kill infantry with it, but
Ah,
after seeing your battlecopter, I'm like, okay, target acquired.
yeah.
Kill mode.
And again, you're pumping out like what, 4 units a turn.
Now, instead of that other infantry, I should have went Recon, but looking back, I think I understand why I did that. I wanted a more effective market crash, so I saved that money.
Ah, yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Sending my anti-air around. RIP battlecopter. Send old mate to heal over here.
Oh, that
Yeah,
battlecopter will regret what he just did to my
Yeah.
inventory.
Yep. 9k battlecopter, got a, 9 HP off a single infantry, and now he's about to get obliterated.
Juicy B-copter, yeah, agreed, Fluff, agreed. Okay, I must tell you something. Why that medium thing, man?
Why indeed?
You know I spam copters, right? You have seen them. You
Yeah.
have killed like 2 copters so far. You should expect more. Why?
Yeah, like I said, can't tell you what
Okay,
was going through my head. This game was just an absolute, like,
I will say this.
I want to say an anomaly.
I will say
Yeah.
this. Medium tank are fine when you are in a stalemate, when both players are kind of even. When you're behind, you're just making it longer, and you will survive maybe 2 or 3 turn more because of that medium tank, but the medium tank will not make you win. Here's the first reason: unit count. You already suffer unit count. So the moment I kill that medium tank, there's 16k collapsing. Boom. Like that. Snap of a finger. Thanos style.
Yeah.
And medium tank, they are really good. Don't get me wrong. They are like, with the new tanks, they are among my favorite units. But you need to play smart with them. And now I will take a look to Fluff because he brings some interesting stuff and he's really good. In case you didn't know, Fluff, he's like 1200, I think. He is,
Oh, okay, wow. Yep.
He is really strong. I fought him for a video that is not out yet, but I can tell he is strong. So Fluff says, I agree with the medium tank. It helps slow down, and that's exactly what Hawks want from the power. Okay, I know you're good, Fluff, but I still disagree with that. I mean, you have, like, Hawk has less money than me right now, and he should expect me to tank at some point, because he should expect me having lots of money. I mean, I'm Sasha, and I've been in the lead since the start of the game. So, considering I'm Sasha, you should expect a Nia tank. And if you know your opponent as a Nia tank, medium tank is kind of a response, but not really if you're losing, because the Nia tank will eat you up. Like, even if you first strike it, you will sustain damage. And this is a lot of money you spent. So yes, you will damage the Nia tank and you will win value at the end, but you will lose a lot as well. And you will lose, like, these different tanks in the map.
Yeah. Would have been better having an artillery and getting that in a good position to
I
fire
think
enough.
in your case, indirect and copters. Now, why indirect? They really slow down the game, and you still have, like, lots of tank around. I look at the state right now. Despite me murdering your units like there's no tomorrow, you still have lots of tank. So considering the number of tank you got, I think artillery and rocket could be interesting. Maybe not rocket because it's actually 15k and you know I have battlecopter, so maybe like 2 artillery and like 1 recon. That could be like a really good turn. Or 1 artillery, 1 copter, and like 2 infantry. That could be another really good thing. Why artillery?
Yeah.
Well, when you are on the losing state, if you get indirect, you can flip the table. A few days ago, I lost a game. I was in the winning end, but the guy shifted his focus from direct unit to indirect, and I didn't see it coming. And I just jumped into a wall of indirect, and I got murdered.
Yeah. Looking at this and thinking back, yeah, definitely should have gone more indirects and more anti-air.
So by going
Right,
there,
those
I
tanks.
wanted to gather intel, and I was able to spot that tank. Now some people say it's overextension. Now, I will say I agree with you, it's overextension, but there's a big but here. I know I got better unit count at that point because I am kinda good to guess my opponent's unit count, even if I don't really use the kill death ratio stuff. I kinda knew I had more units than you. So at that point I'm like, okay, I will just damage even more your unit count, and that will cut even more your vision and your possible comeback. So even if I overextend at that point, it's fine because I am on a dominating position. I really have the lead right now, and I know it.
Yeah. That's fair enough. The eyeing down this property again, it looks like. Free copter kill there. On that copter that managed to take 1 infantry down to 1 health. Well done. More battle copters, another medium tank. Like, it's looking real grim. Real grim. Yeah, not much more I can say on that. Retreating on this front. Probably a good idea with all your weakened units there. And you're about to back it up with a medium tank.
Fluffy says, yes, it does look real grim.
Oh, yeah. He is not wrong. And again, I just like fall for the bait. Like, it's really hard to watch this back.
Imagine
I'm,
me
like,
on our next
really
video
embarrassed.
together. It will be exciting, but I will not enjoy it as much as this one.
As this one, yeah. You're loving this, aren't you?
Yeah. But you'll know that feeling on the next video we do together.
Yeah. I'm keen for the next one. Oh, look at that, trapped. Awesome.
You know
Don't even
it
know where
went
he was
wrong
heading.
when a 3
Yeah.
HP infantry trapped you.
Yeah. Yep. Now it's going to be another all-you-can-eat buffet, I think, because you got battle copters, you got medium tanks. Let's have a look. Yep, RIP that tank. You got 2 copters in range of the other 2 tanks on this side. So you've done a bit of a front shift, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, you had your strong side here on your weak side. Now it's gone back to your strong side.
Because I see
shifting
the
all your
value
units
there. I
across.
see the value on your weak side, so I'm like, oh, let's clap these units around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, finish off that tank. Give me 2 units there, so my anti-air's not just wiping out the only battlecopter. But why'd you send it across to kill that tank as opposed to weakening this one like you were doing before?
Right now I want to damage your unit count because I know I have the lead, and I want to cut your vision, and the other reason is I already got a medium tank and a battlecopter. There's nothing you can do in that area to harm me.
Yeah. Come back. No, that's fair. Have a market crash. God. And you're going to take this property, so you're going to extend your lead even further. Well, it looks like you have at some point anyway. You've got 6.3. 6,300 on me at the moment, each turn. So like this income discrepancy has just grown and been there pretty much the entire game. Like, yeah. Anyway, back to my turn. What I'm going to do? Something dumb, probably. Go down and do that. Kill off a copter. Fair enough. I've got pretty much no vision on what's here at all because I only got medium tank there.
The true question: what that 1 HP infantry is doing? It should wait in the forest there, trap something.
Yeah, it should have. Yeah, I moved it up there for vision is what I would have done, but yeah, I don't really see the point with the fact that I'm retreating everything, and so I've moved these up, right?
Yeah.
Gotten vision, and then moved all my tanks and stuff back.
Yeah.
I pretty much left like these infantry are dead. This game is very much a don't do what WARDIEJ does. And look, I get trapped again.
Oh, another juicy medium tank.
Oh yeah, true. Alright, it's back to your turn.
Now I'm like, okay, it's hunting season. Let's damage these
well
tanks.
and truly. I can't remember how many turns this goes to, but God, I should have surrendered.
I think at some point I sent you a message, and then like maybe 1 day or 2 days after that you surrender. But
yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah, you're like, why are you still fighting,
bruh?
I read that and was like, yeah, why am I still fighting? Surrender.
So I killed the tank. Usually I tell people jump on the medium tank, but here's the thing, I know you got a bad unit count right now because I see most of the map and I guess you count. So because of that I'm like, okay, I will cut his vision so that medium tank won't do anything dangerous to me.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got no anti-air, I've got no response.
That medium tank is scary for sure, but if it doesn't see anything, it won't do anything. So now I could have spent more money if I didn't bought that anti-air, but I wanted to save some money for my next market crash.
Okay, yep. Which is coming very soon. Build an anti-air finally. Move my tank back.
That medium tank go hide.
Yeah, it goes hiding, yeah.
He sees the copters, he's like, no, that won't happen today.
Exactly. Back off, back off. Now I'm taking awesome engagements against infantry here. Again, coming to the front lines to be picked off.
Just look at the volume, man. At the start of my turn, 14 hits per unit, 60k more.
Yeah,
Wow.
You've got 7,400 more funds. You've got way more unit value, and what's that? 14 more units than me. And that is at the end of my turn after I've built.
Now I eat up your tanks because they are just chilling on building and waiting to die.
Yeah. Can we just like say that I surrendered here so we don't have to see the massacre? This is giving me like real flashbacks to our first game. Market crash. Oh my god. Surely I surrender soon.
I think it goes on for at least another 3 or 4 turns, I think.
Oh yeah.
I remember having more than what I have right now.
Another medium tank. Oh man. So brutal. So brutal. Look at your vision too.
I almost see the entire map. The only thing I don't see is what you built.
Yeah, and I've got this little tiny vision. Oh yeah, little recon here that you've built again. I've got this little tiny vision bubble. But I'm like, I got counterplay. Look, I got a medium tank and a anti-air here. I'm cheering. Yep, still going on the offensive.
Oh, okay, okay. I really question this one. You see the copter. Why?
Yeah. This game, I don't know.
Why? You see the copter. You know there's a copter there. You're like, I will just go there, chill on the infantry.
I was finally like, ooh, let's get vision. Let's get some vision going here. But
I think it's the first recon you build this game.
It is. It is. And I identified, like, at the start when we're looking at this map, just how good recons would be on this map, and I just did not take advantage of that.
Now, some people
surely I surrender up.
Some people are like, go on the building, get more defense stars. No, I want that building to get more money to assert dominance, you know?
Oh, true, true. No, that's the smart play here, because yeah, you can start capturing that, and I can't really stop it. Look how overextended you are there, and it doesn't matter.
I want to force you.
Okay, I must surrender next turn. If I do not surrender next turn, I'm insane.
I want to force your end. I want you to surrender at that point.
Yeah. Maybe I was just like, I knew we were recording this, so it's just like, oh, let's give him something to laugh at.
For
My
content's sake.
misfortune. Yeah, for exactly. Yeah, skip through this. You're sending all you guys up. They've got a long way to march. And resign?
No.
Nope.
I think you'll stop one of my caps at some point.
Yeah, look at me go. Straight into those medium tanks. Oh, man. Yeah. Look at this great content. Yep, sacrifice all those penguins. Yep, great. Oh, I killed a recon. Hell yeah. Was that 19 units to 35? At the end, let's see. At the end of my turn, 21 to 34. Ah.
Next
turn's the surrender.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Skip. Yep, you're killing all my units, wiping me out, putting me down. Another market crash. Beautiful. Oh, there's the Neo tank. Yeah, the ultimate flex. The golf ball is out. Yeah, the long march of your guys to my base, and then surrender.
No, you keep going for a few turns. I think it's like we got at least 2 or 3 other turn. I think.
No, beyond this.
Yeah, 2 or 3 turns.
Surely not.
Telling you, I'm pretty sure we hit the 20 mark, bare minimum.
Oh my god.
That's bare minimum.
Look at me now, I'm on the offensive. Heck yeah. Try and stop me. Oh, rockets. Alright, I'll definitely meme me at this point.
It's so late for that rocket. Look, I stand by it. It's a good idea, but it's so late, bro. It's too late.
I'm pretty sure I'm just memeing, surely. I wish we could have got this recording in earlier, but we had those technical difficulties and bloody issues with things lining up.
Yeah.
Surely I was memeing at this point.
You know, I moved my copter by the forest so I could see what you had there, and you had nothing. So I was like, okay, that's funny.
This forest back here.
This forest back here.
Oh, right, yeah.
Copter.
Yes, I see, yep.
Market crash again.
Again. Just let me get a power, damn it.
At that point, I tried to go for your HQ because I realized you may never give up.
Yep, I am a tenacious fellow. And surrender.
No. Oh, yeah. I told you 20 turns.
Yes!
Okay. What did you learn from that?
Don't ever play like this again.
That's a good lesson.
Do everything different.
Buy Recon, I don't know.
Yeah. No,
don't take Recon bait twice in a row. Don't throw your infantry in the corner, hoping you will get the building.
Yeah, it was essentially, I think the big ones are, yeah, how effective recons are on this map. Utilize recons. Don't like essentially box yourself in with your units to like one side like that. Probably have them more centralized if you can, and don't split your forces like I did with the split forces. Your death ball was way more effective than my, split army I ended up with here.
Yeah.
Sometimes on map I do a split army, but I have them both converging on the center, so they still end up as a death ball. But on this map, yeah, for some reason I had units over here, and then I had units over here. Like, yeah, it was just, yeah, I got units over here attacking infantry when there's a big death ball of yours just wiping these guys out. Then it moved across and wiped those guys out. So I think if there's something else that you picked up that wanted to call out, must have come by. But yeah, for me, those were the three big ones. And then obviously, yeah, don't take bait. Like that's fair enough too. Don't send your units just charging into the abyss when you don't have vision and you don't really have the variety of backup to support it. Like I didn't have an anti-air, and I was charging into that, and I just got wiped by battlecopters in the early game. So yeah. Anything else that you had to add to that?
Not really, man. Thank you for coming. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that's.
Well,
That's
I
probably
will
about
leave
it.
in the description below. It's already in the description of the stream, but in the video when I re-upload, they will be able to find your channel. But if people are lazy, what do you have going on so people can know?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, so I do essentially variety streams on my channel. So I stream what 4 days a week, just a variety of different content. And I try to, the plan is to upload an Advanced Wars by web video each week. I haven't met that at the moment, but the plan is to keep that going. And just so everyone knows that's watching, I'm not normally this bad. This is an outlier game.
I agree. This is true
Um,
because you're much better than this. Like we looked at your profile earlier in the game to show people what's your true value right now, and I will say this: I think you're probably more likely going to be 1000 MMR, but you're lacking experience, and that's the thing. I think that's what's missing with you. You have the skills. You got 20 wins, 16 defeats. You have the skills. So I think you're lacking the experience there. Yeah, I think that summarizes pretty much everything. And yeah, I hope
awesome.
everyone enjoyed the stream and the re-upload. Like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff. Go take a look to WARDIEJPLAY, great content creator here.
Thanks, man, and thanks for having me.
Thanks
And
for
thanks
you to
everyone
come.
for watching.
Thanks for you to come, and it's always fun. And if you need someone like for videos, like we could play more games if you want, man. If you got the time and you want us to do more collab for your channel, I'm fine with it as well. That's kind of cool because I know you want some videos out, and they could be very instructive. Like I know most of our game we possibly play, you will probably end up winning, but you will still learn stuff through it, and I may learn stuff as well in the future, you know.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'd be keen.
So I wish everyone a great day.